When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. The Tar Heels will kick it away to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Blue Devils offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. And after a couple of misfires, this offense looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw, it's Bruce. Under fire. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Slips through the line. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. So North Carolina's offense will take the field for the first time. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollock, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him.
Touchdown, Tar Heels! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The short hand is Terrell. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Creates a little space. Oh, it's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
What a real good job by the defense defending the RPO. I got to defend the run. I got to defend the pass, make the QB take off, and then get a stick on him, play physical, got him to cough up the football. Great job by the defense playing their responsibilities and forcing the turnover.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. To the ground with the back. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes.
Turning it on! That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. Looking for the score. Touchdown, UNC! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate. football. That's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Bruce. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Blue Devils will punt this one away. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. And they're not on the same page there.
Really good job by the defense, understanding the quarterback got outside the pocket. Now I got to understand where he's at. Now the middle of the field starts to...
Hauls in the deep ball. He's loose. Waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field. That is brutal. An explosive play like that to be wiped out by a mistake. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Snags it inside the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, North Carolina! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
From the gun, running back on the move. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Back to pass. It's Bruce. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. It's a game of 1st downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
The Blue Devils are moving quickly down the field. The run from the shotgun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Blue Devils can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Using his legs, it's Sampson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Blue Devils are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Scanning the field, it's Bruce. Just a short pass to the tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
He'll pull it on the read. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
At the 26-yard line. Brings up second down.
Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Wants to go up top. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Duke! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. To the air. It's done. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Scrambling away. Outside the pocket, lets it go.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
They're working that left side. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Back to pass on 2nd down. He's got it on the move. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. The Tar Heels line it up with a 1st and goal. Quarterback will keep it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside defense.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
I guess the good news on that penalty is at least the defense didn't have to back up that far. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Jolly. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Hard running there. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Back to throw, it's Bruce. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Blue Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Sampson. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Quickly out to the tight end. They knock him down at the 40, but he picks up 5, and it'll be enough for a first down.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Running back going to get the ball. He thought so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
The Blue Devils back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Benedict.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
He'll throw on 3rd down. Tight end finds a soft spot. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Grabbed over the middle. It's Avram. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Bruce. Takes the easy completion. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That cuts the lead down to 28-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. USF fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. They're trailing by just 4 to UAB. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens. You should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Going to try to get it himself. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
Well, this guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw in the previous play. Now he's showing off the speed, and you can't blame him, honestly. When you run like him, even if it's 1st down, if it's not open, just take off. This defense is going to be on their heels all game long if they can't find a way to start slowing him down.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. He tries to take the top off. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun 1st half between these rivals. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're gonna see every route in the route tree again in this 2nd half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
And the Blue Devils will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They got plenty done through the air in the 1st half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, Ben. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the 2nd half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough.
On set.
The give out of the gun. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the 2nd half.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air. It's done. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that rep. Nice job getting to him, corralling him, getting him on the ground, and creating the big sack.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Pulls it in down the middle. Wide open space. Touchdown, UNC! And the pummeling has started. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They'll give it to the back. Breaks into the open. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Blue Devils can really attack on this 2nd and short. Off play action. Unloads it left. Wide open downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. And the Blue Devils now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Bruce. Finds his man, it's Terrell. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. It's broken up and almost intercepted on that shot to the end zone. It'll be 4th down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And it slips just inside that right upright. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Keeps looking downfield. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Working that left side now. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. And the Tar Heels want to pick up the tempo. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Power football with the run. There he goes. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the 1st down. And listen, you got...
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina. The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, it had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering it. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what...
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with a sack.
The Blue Devils with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking for a huge play. He got his hands on it but couldn't hold on to it, and what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Bruce. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Used the play fake, now to throw. Fires on the move. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Fires to the wideout. He got his hands on it but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Floating away. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. The Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. And the Blue Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Bruce. Unloads to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Timeout, North Carolina.
Punt is on its way. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Rides the back on the option to give. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Going to take a shot at this DB. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside, defense.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So the final period starts with a second down play. On the ground, it's Traylor. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. He now has 85 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Fires to the tight end. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Henderson. Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his man down the middle. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. And the Tar Heels, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And the returner will be brought down. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
To the ground, he's got it again. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31. Didn't get much on first down, it's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pressure coming. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The Blue Devils send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. At the 45, on its way. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Offense in a bunch formation. To the air, it's Henderson. They've got the screen set up. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. On target to the left. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The Tar Heels are marching down the field. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. A very productive play on 1st down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. 6 plays brought them here. Now number 7 on 3rd and goal. Looking for space, it's Traylor. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. Shakes off the defender. Burrows his way for a couple. He's out to the 8. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He'll do it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. The handoff, keep working on that clock. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Tar Heels decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And the Blue Devils have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Blue Devils will bring the punt team onto the field. Catch is made at the 15. Makes a move. They bring him down strong. Effort by the coverage team.